Hello, friends. This is Enos. I'm one of the speech therapists from the Middletown City Schools preschool program. And today I'd like to talk to you about um, what we call phonemic awareness. And that is actually understanding sounds or hearing sounds and what sounds can do and what sounds can make. So I'd like to first start off. I have a little handout here that I'm going to post on the Class Dojo so you can take a look at it. But I just wanted to highlight a few things about it. First, it talks about phonological awareness. Now, what is that? Phonological awareness is a group of skills, actually, and it really helps towards reading development. So children learn to listen through sounds. They learn to listen, identify, and manipulate the sounds in spoken language. And it ranges from like rhyming words, so hat, bat, mouse, house, those types of things. And so it just kind of gets them aware of that. And then it also deals with knowing as words can change. For example, if I have the word cat and then I change the K sound to an H, it becomes hat. So that is actually a later developing skill. So I wouldn't expect our preschoolers to be able to do that. Another area is what we call phonemic awareness. And phonemic awareness is the sounds spoken in words. For example, the word cat, we have actually three sounds, k, a, t. So that child knows that those are the three sounds. Now I know that some of your kids have a hard time saying certain sounds. What I like to do with them also is give them cues like k for the K sound or t or like a snake sound or quiet sound. But I also like to see if they can discriminate the correct way of saying something versus the incorrect way of saying something. For example, if I would say shoe, and the sound but we're focusing on is the sh sound, if I would say shoe or boo. So which one is it? It's if they can point to this one and saying, "Oh, it's the shoe, it's this one," even though they say boo or maybe they say two, I know that they're at least hearing the correct production. Maybe they can't produce it. So that is a big skill for kids to be able to do, and then also to progress in producing correct articulation. Um, Phonics is another area and that's what the sounds that teachers usually work on is what sound does the letter make? For example, the letter B makes the B sound. The letter T makes the T sound. The letter K makes the letter G or a K make the K makes a K sound and the G sound. So that is actually the phonics part of it all. And then there's another area that we call phonological awareness, and that is recognizing words that rhyme that I mentioned before, or even be able to segment words in sentences. For example, clapping each word in a sentence. So if I say the sentence, I am hungry, I go, I am hungry. That's three words. We're looking at the words. And then the next step is actually doing all the syllables. I am hungry. So you would be clapping like, I am hungry. Those are the syllables. I am hungry are the words. So that's how that helps kids realize that there's sounds in words, there's rhythm to words. So and also we start looking at blending sounds together, and that's like panda, or for some children they're using those blending sounds like spoon or snake, and those are some difficulties with those with that too. Some of the cues I use for the kids when I'm working on those sounds, I'll go snake. I might pause a little bit between just so they realize, oh, there is another sound after that S. And then eventually they do end up combining that and it ends up being snake or spoon. Some of the other things that you'll see on this flyer is deletion of syllables. Like say the word strawberry. Now say the word without straw and it says berry. Well, that's pretty difficult for preschoolers at this time. Usually that happens in kindergarten, first grade, where they understand and they start playing with words. So those are some of the things I wanted to mention to you. Also, reading books, rhyming books. There are some on Amazon I looked up. Um, it is there were some that I found on Amazon, like Sheep in a Jeep. That's a really cute one. Or Dr. Seuss books are great. They do a lot of rhyming with Dr. Seuss books. I also have a few here. One, Who is Tapping at My Window? You see that one? And then this one is very popular, in the small pond. So books are great, and also just having kids aware of sounds in their environment. As kids grow, the first thing we start doing with little ones is like we start telling, what's the sound? What sound does a dog make? Ruff, ruff. What sound does a bird make? Tweet, tweet. Or what sound does a cat make? Meow. So that's again introducing them, especially at a young age, that there are sounds in our life, so sounds in our environment. And then words are just part of that, or the sounds that make up words are just part of that. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes, make sure that I have mentioned all these things, and it's just kind of gives you just something to think about when you're working with your child, and the articulation, because that ends up being more of you know under hearing the difference between like cat, bat. Oh, I'm trying to say cat versus bat, or some kids say tat. So it's in the back of the throat. And that's also another thing we look at is placement. It's in the back, it's in the front. Our teeth are together. We make our, like I always say, make the quiet sound, shh, or, we have to pucker our lips a little bit, or the snake sound again. So I hope this has helped you with some of that information as far as how to kind of cue your child as far as making sounds or just playing with sounds in general. Hope you're all well, doing well, and we'll talk to you again and hopefully see most of you next year. Take care. Bye.